Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sorcery. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we continue to part 3 of this 4-part saga. So, I've selected my spell, my cloud spell, apparently that's what it's called. So I'll say our save game has been imported. We have saved the city of Carey from the Marsh Goblins, became a follower of Korga, and acquired a Serpent Ring. And this apparently seemed to be quite important things to do. Well, it's a good thing we did them. Let's continue our adventure. Night falls on this, the 8th day of your journey from Analand. To the east, mighty mountains claw at the stars. You stand on the edge of Badak, a wild and desolate place. Beyond lies Mampang Fortress, the Archmage, and the Crown of Kings. The path has been long. Leaving the hills, you journeyed into Carey and saved it from destruction by goblins. You lost your spirit guide on its streets, becoming a follower of Korga, the god of grace. You overcame the deadly portal traps of the city, ancient cruel magic designed to trap the unwary. And you faced an army of enchanted werewolves as they sought to overthrow the first noble. The backlands are different. But the plains of Badak will be different. Once long ago, this land thrived, prospering in the warm shadow of the Fortress of Sorceress, high in the Zanzunu peaks. Then something changed. They say the last refugee to reach Carey declared, only they are all gone. The North Gate was sealed, and the backlands left to die. But now the gates stand open. They say the land beyond the gates is cursed. No one from the young country of Analand has ever crossed this wilderness before. You will be the first. The old world is counting on you. And of course, this is Sorcery, Part 3. What's the name of that? The 7 Serpents, I believe. Yeah. We were warned that there are 7 enemies that we must defeat in this part. Now, I do not know pretty much anything about how this will go. I know that the game is a little bit more, at least I say I know. I read some people's opinions. Ooh, what is that? What is that down there? Ooh, okay. Apparently there's fog of war or something? I've read that the game is way more open world than the previous games, and the second game was pretty much a whole lot more open world than the first one. So I'm not really sure how much open it's gonna be, but we'll see. It's still the same control scheme. Everything is still the same. I mean, it's all inspired in the same book, or it's all drawn from the same book, so how different could it be, really? Let's find out together. The stones of the old road disappear under a layer of dust and sand. At your back looms the great wall of the city port of Carey. Ahead, there is nothing but an empty waste and the night. Okay. I'm not gonna fight anything right now, so let's look back. You cast a last glance at the city port. Even now, Vic is taking control. The baying of his wolves echoes across the plains. Well, but he didn't die to a goblin army, so I guess that was good. Let's watch the shadows. You peer into the shadows as you walk, expecting a sudden attack. But no attack comes. Every step along the broken road takes you further from safety and into the unknown. Something, Korga perhaps, sets your senses tingling. You are not alone out here. Is that the screech of a bird you hear, or a distant scream? Well, I'm not alone. Let's cast a spell and see what I can do. Because we have a whole lot of things that we can do now with the spells. I know how to work these things. So we could go with the Fireball, not really sure I want to do that. We could go with a Yap, which is talk with animals. Oh, that's good. We have the green-haired wig, so let's do that. Doesn't waste our stamina. Oh boy, that doesn't look nice. You cast the spell and pull on the wig. In the distance you hear the screeching of birds, but as the spell takes hold, the sound resolves into words. "There's one!" screams a shrill voice in the sky. "It looks like a tasty morsel." "I claim first strike," screams another. A moment later, a ferocious nighthawk is plunged from the sky, talons outstretched for your neck. Well, I could roll aside. I'm pretty sure that's gonna work. Ducking probably won't. Let's roll aside. You hurl yourself to one side just in time, and the sharp claws sweep past your neck to rake the dirt. "I will shred you to your gizzards," the bird promises. "Tasty one," he says. The bird, oh, thank you. The bird wheels up into the sky to rejoin its group. "Take his eyes," it screeches. You count 4 birds, circling, ready to attack. I'm gonna cast a spell. I think, Shouting Defiance. I think casting a spell here might be good. That said, I don't really know what I could do. A walk? I don't have a walk. I could... The wall would be nice. Let's see. We have the law, which I don't control null intelligent creatures. That would be interesting as well. Yeah. Could go for the law. We have, of course, the pop, although I'm gonna miss most likely. We got the mag, which is protection from magic. That doesn't really work here because they are not magical. And we have the mud, which creates quicksand, which is gonna kill me, most likely. And then we have the fall, which allows me to float in the air, which probably won't work too well. You know. And we have the fix, which causes fixedness and requires an oak sapling. We don't have that. That's a new spell. We have, of course, the fog. Oh, that could... No, this doesn't work because it's outside, so it's not gonna work. So I think the best one is probably gonna be the wall, which is gonna create an invisible barrier. Should I do that? Or should I control them? I think I'm gonna control them. Let's go with the law here. That might be good. Let's go. The birds are screaming down out of the sky just as you complete your spell. Then suddenly, they freeze in mid-air and begin to beat their wings in a terrible confusion. You have control of their will, but what use will you turn it to? Well, I could order them to attack each other, that would be a cool thing. Or to carry me to Mampang? Nah, that's not gonna work. And especially the spell is not gonna last for that long. It's gonna be terrible. To fly away, they're probably gonna come back, or I'm gonna need to run, and I don't really want that. I could fight them. Yeah, let's order them to attack each other. Mercilessly, you instruct the birds to turn on each other, and in the moment they are lost in a scrambled mass of feathers and claws and screaming beaks. You stand back and watch as the group plunges to the dust, still fighting and scrabbling. Then quite suddenly the nighthawks break formation. Something else is shimmering into visibility in their very midst. Let's move uphill. Let's see. What exactly? You move up to higher ground while behind you the strangest of battles ensues. The wing of one nighthawk snaps upwards like a broken branch. A second is ripped into feathers by invisible claws. The remaining birds scattered. There is nothing left but your mysterious saver. Who? What? Let's call out in thanks. This might be very bad, but You step forward and call out your thanks to the invisible creature. There is a rush of air just in front of you. Whatever it is has landed. You hear the movement of unseen feathered wings, and then at last you understand. This creature is a gold-rest eagle from the king's own eyrie in Analand. What, you mean back where I came from? The eyrie is deep behind the Shamutanti wall. It must have flown for 3 days to reach you, but why? The creature, slowly becoming visible, sees you have recognized it. It tilts its beak. What are you doing here? You approach the creature, furious. You demand what you are doing here. Will your presence not reveal my mission to the Archmage? The eagle shakes its head wildly. It can understand you, of course, but it cannot speak. It drops something at your feet. But I can't cast the, yeah, I can't cast the spell, apparently. Okay, let's take it. You reach down and pick up the strange tube the bird has dropped. Inside is a rolled parchment sealed with the royal seal of the King of Analand. Okay, I'm gonna read this. We trust these tidings reach you in fair health, but must warn you of impending peril. Your mission is discovered. The Mampang's eyes have spied our plan, and word is on its way to the Dark Fortress. Too late, we discovered our unwelcome eavesdroppers, and news of your quest is being carried towards High Shaman by 7 serpents, the Archmage's most trusted servants. By now, they will have reached the backlands, and here they will divide to complete. And here, or there, I could be here, I think it's here, they will divide to complete their journey separately. If you are still able, seek them out, for they must stop to rest and eat. Destroy the creatures before they reach their goal, else the Archmage will prepare a deadly welcome for you. Find Shadrach, the Hermit, for advice, for naught moves through the backlands without his knowledge. Our hearts are with you, and there's the seal. Well, where can I find the serpents? The eagle is not going to say anything. You look up, but the gold-rest eagle has already rendered itself invisible once more. You feel the rush of air as its great wings lift it from the ground. Then you are alone. I'm gonna keep the message. You roll the message up and slip it into your pack. It would seem the backlands are not as deserted as you had supposed. You must find these 7 serpents and destroy them, or your journey will be for nothing. Okay, sounds good. You have found 2 new clues, and another clue has been updated. No decision is permanent. Click the rewind button at any time. Thank you very much for reminding me that, but I'm not gonna do that. Not this time around anyway, unless I fail. We'll see. So, our keys are gone, or the keys that we had before. Most of them anyway. We have the compass, we have a few other things. What about the clues? The clues are over there. The 7 serpents. 7 serpents threaten your journey, for they carry a message that will warn the Archmage of your coming. Shadrach the Hermit can help you. And that one I know, and the Sleepless Ram is something that we have read a while ago. For sleeping of the Sleepless Ram, seek the one they call the Sham. I'm not really sure what to make of that, but there we go. We're good to go. Let's go back to the road. And I wonder what's gonna happen. The stars turn in the sky overhead, taking the pole as your guide. You rejoin the old road and make your way north. Before you, the backlands stretch away to a dim horizon. How can you hope to locate 7 serpents in such a wilderness? Well, I must find Shadrach. No doubt the Shadrach will help you, though how does the king of Analand know who lives in the backlands? Is there more to wilderness than you know? Or is the king relying on the unreliable foresight of his farseers? Okay. I know. Can you not? Thank you. Okay, let's keep going down. After about half an hour, you see a deep black line across the earth up ahead, and catch your step just in time. You are 1 pace away from the edge of a sheer cliff. A few loose stones disappear over the edge and clatter away into darkness. Let's look for a way down. No. I'm not gonna... I want to do this, but I wanted to look down. You pace along the line of the cliff in both directions, looking for a path down, but can make out nothing. Perhaps, if you go closer, you'll be able to feel your way. Or perhaps you would do better to camp here and wait for daylight. You sense powerful stars in the skies above. Yeah, that's gonna allow me, but I have a rope here. Tie a rope ladder to the rock and let's do this thing. Let's lose the rope. You fasten the rope ladder to an outcrop of stone and unravel it away over the edge of the cliff. But in the dark, you cannot see how far down it has fallen. Has it reached the ground or given out halfway? From across the plain, you hear the distant sound of flapping wings. More nighthawks? Let's ignore it for right now. Sounds must travel a huge distance across such level ground. You ignore the screaming birds in a few moments they are gone. The wind skims over the stones by the edge of the cliff, rolling them like dice. Okay. Let's peer over the edge. You stride to the cliff edge and lean out. The drop is considerable. The bottom of the cliff is lost in darkness. But after a moment, your eyes pick out a series of regular carved edges in the face of the cliff. A freak of geology or a staircase? It is impossible to be certain. I like my fire with danger. I could do that. I could also cast the... Let's untie the rope ladder. You quickly untie the ladder from the top rocky outcrop and put it in your backpack once more. Yeah, let's cast Sun here. Because we have that. We, of course, have the Fire of Danger and all that sort of stuff. So that's... If I have the Sun, I will go with the Sun right there. Because we have 1 Sun Jewel. And we don't lose it, I don't think. Let's see. You cast the spell and the Sun Jewel in your pack begins to pulse and throb with a brilliant, blinding light. Let's look at the steps. With the light from the jewel, you look over the cliff at the carved stones you made out in the gloom. It seems there definitely is a path here, or there was many hundreds or thousands of years ago. Let's climb down. You creep toward the stone steps and begin to make your way down. Oh, I see. I saw this actually in the map, but I guess we're just going down. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, I won't lose health or anything. The cold night lingers on. Using the light from your sun jewel, you feel your way forwards. But halfway down, the glow of the gem begins to fade. You begin to curse your decision to come this way. Let's keep going. You focus on placing your feet carefully and continue to make your way down the cliff face like a goat. The glow from your gem fades and you are plunged into darkness once more. The ground is closer than you realize, and when the staircase runs out and turns into loose scree, it is a rough but thankfully short slide to the bottom. You land with a thump. Okay, that was pretty good. At the base of... Oh man, look at my guy! Did you see that guy? Did you see that? Can I show... Yeah, there it is. Why? That's weird. Anyway, we're in these things. You have reached the bottom of the cliff. The sky is already beginning to warm in the east. The rock wall rises behind you, cutting out half the sky. The staircase is now invisible, just shadows on shadows in the craggy rock. In the near distance, across the plains and away from the cliff, you can see a dark shape jutting out up from the ground like a gigantic sword. Okay. Let's look at the cliff first. No, let's rest here for right now. We're not gonna... I think you'll be fine. You'll need to eat once a day to avoid hunger, but out here food will be hard to come by. I have 5 rations. I could drink a potion, and that is that. I have a bunch of those as well. I think I'm gonna eat something. You find an old foxhole and scramble inside. You have not eaten yet today. No, I haven't. Let's eat something. There it is. You eat a quantity of your cheese and bread and feel much better for it. Then you close your eyes and let your tiredness overtake you. The silence is loud in your ears. Slowly you are understanding the true loneliness of this place. The bustle and chatter of Carey seem a forgotten dream. You feel quite safe here, and you do not dream. Whoa, okay. The cliff base, day 1. You used 1 provision, reached the pit of the backlands, and found 4 new clues. There we go. You pull yourself out of your hole and stand up. In the daylight, you can see there are hundreds of little holes in the ground like the one you burrowed into last night. It is perhaps the warden of hill foxes, or whatever equivalent inhabits these barren wastelands. Okay, let's look at the cliff first. You gaze up the soaring arc of the cliff, barren rock dusted by what little scrub can cling onto its sides. It is as if some great clawed hand had scooped out the earth. Oh, that's not good, but I think that's just a figure of speech or something. Let's look across the plain. Nearby is a stone tower, the only stone structure in the wall-barren landscape. Okay. The tower stands some way across the plains, almost in the foothills of the ridge. It lists to one side, but appears to not have crumbled into ruin. Okay, I could cast a spell. I don't know if I can use the compass, or if I can use it from my inventory. Let's look at that. But first, let's go with what we have here. We have Doc, which heals disease, which is interesting because we do have a medical potion. I don't remember how I got it, but it's been a while. We have teleportation. I need a green ring for that, and I don't think we're gonna have it because it must have been in the first game or in the second one. Hover in the air, that's for Zen. We have D, we have M. Let's see, that's protection from magic. That doesn't sound good. How would be interesting. I could do that. Find safe passage. Let's do that. Looking to the stars, you craft a magic, and a familiar voice, calm voice, begins to speak to you. The voice tells you that the stars are long since destroyed. The stairs are long since destroyed and will never be rebuilt. With that, the spell fades. Okay. This, then, is the plain of Badak, an endless expanse of dust, broken only by the thin outline of an ancient road. No one from Analand has been here. No one even knows what happened to this place. Once, it was the Archmage's country, his fields and paddocks, and now it is too barren to even be a place of death. Okay, so I think what it meant is that these stairs were destroyed. I can follow the cliff. Oh my god, this place is huge. How the hell am I supposed to decide? Is that the tower? It looks like a periscope sort of thing. Okay, I wonder if the tower is just far away. Man, the map is kind of huge, actually. Oh, the map is huge. Yeah, the map is huge. I'm fully zoomed out right now, so the map is considerably bigger. The old map would be like this. And this one is about 3 or 4 times the size. So I have no idea where the serpents are going to be. That's going to be a little bit of an issue. But let's see. So we can follow the cliff. I don't think that's going to go. The old road, I don't think that's going to be fine, good. And we have the... No, don't go anywhere. And we have the follow the cliff over here. Let's go into the plain. I think that might be a little bit of a better choice. Leaving the shadow of the cliff, you step out across the plain. This early morning sun makes the air glow. This, then, is the pit of the backlands. It is not as fearsome as you had expected, or maybe the sludge and grime of Carey has toughened your resolve, but it is mostly empty, rather than dire. The air is dusty, but not fetid. There are a few places for monsters to hide. You continue to walk. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, actually. I figured this would be barren. The thing is, I now can go back, which is quite kind of interesting. I'm going to reload. I'm going to repeat here. because we have a timer over here. I didn't notice that before, but once more you enter the shadow of the cliff that surrounds this place. And that's where we can cast a spell. A few clouds scud across the sky looking back at the cliff, and it seems impossibly high. Okay, so the spell was just not for us. I'm gonna try and go for the cliff base again, so I don't cast the spell anymore. And we can look at the cliff, because I was just not understanding how the game plays. Look at the tower. The tower stands across the plain, almost at the foothills of the ridge. Okay, so I know where to go now. So the tower would be this thing. That means that since I have been given free reign over my character's course of action. Let's go this way. Yeah, you see that? You see the day passing? You walk along the base of the cliff. This early morning sun makes the air glow. The great cliff rises up into the sky, unclimbable, and looking ready to topple at any moment. Look back at the cliff. You crane your neck to look back at the cliff towering up behind you. Presumably this is why there are no maps of the backlands. Excuse the hiccup. Those who fall in never leave. About halfway down, you spy that what looks like a cave mouth. Typically inaccessible, of course. Okay. You turn your eyes to the surrounding wastes. Time to journey outwards into the cursed plains. I found a new clue. But what a clue is that? Why did I find a clue? The cave in the cliff. There is a cave in the cliff at the entrance to the backlands. Oh. So maybe, yeah, it's that one. But I can go back there. I can move, actually. Huh. Why would I want to go there, though? Let's see. If I fall back over to this side and just look at the cliff and look across the plain and look at the tower, just to do our thing, I can move on. But I could, if I wanted. From here, can I? I can't climb the cliff. Okay. I can't climb the cliff, but maybe I can cast a spell. Let's try and cast the float in the air spell and see if I can have access to it, actually. Yeah, scooped out of the earth, all that thing. Because I want to see. I think this is going to be I think I can understand now how much of an exploration base this game is from finding everything. I'm trying to find everything, but that might not be the correct approach. But I don't have, I don't have the thing here. But there we go. We have a clue here. So let's move this way, and I'm gonna try and go through the south and make my way up north. Look back at the cliff. Don't check your provisions. Everything. Actually, nah. Just move on. No, we don't need to check our provisions. I don't think. Do I? How many did? I started with 5. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're good. Let's go. Join the old road. And we're going to be assailed by creatures or something. You leave the shadow of the cliff for the road that cuts across the plain. The air stirs a little, still cold, but at least fresh. From here, the path is uncertain. Badak is a wasteland, and there is no pass through the great ridge that forms its eastern border. Okay, so the forest of Snada is uncharted, and the Zanzunu peaks and Mampam seem remote. Why would I want to say any of these? Let's go with the first one. The forest of Snada to the east of the ridge is uncharted, and the Klat-Tabak steppes are said to be home only to under-evolved half-humans. No tracks climb the horns of Ilklala. No tracks climb the horns of Ilklala that die beyond the forest, and there is no bridge across the great lake that beyond that. There may be no road at all. When the Archmage sent his birdmen to steal the crown of kings, they flew, but you must walk. There is no alternative. The future of the old world depends on you finding your way across this lonely dust bowl. Okay. Great game, by the way, Dust Bowl. But how do I... Well, let's see. So I could... What is this one? The Marked Cliff. The Marked Cliff. Can I go that from here to there? Let's try it. Let's continue the old road and see if I can. You follow the old road as the morning moves on, and the wind begins to rise. The road snakes across the Dust Bowl. In the near distance, you make out something through the haze. Not a tower, but a spire of rock. It seems to flicker strangely. From behind you, a voice says, "Excuse me." Let's turn around. You turn around to find the road deserted. There is no one in sight in any direction. Where are you? You call, half expecting flanker to materialize up from the dust to greet you. There is no reply. The cold wind whistles around you. The plains feel suddenly far emptier than a moment before. You continue along the ghost road. Yeah, I want to go this way, though, because I want to see what that is. You follow the ancient road back to the edge of the cliff. As the sun climbs towards its zenith, the wind picks up. There is no way up the cliff face from here. The cliff face is covered with pockmarks and raised lumps, as though it was once ornately carved, but nothing now remains. You look back northwards, and I'm a sucker for not wasting time, basically. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna explore, but I don't want to waste time in doing this stuff. So let's just turn around, do the same choice that we did before. And yeah, so the marked cliff. I wonder why it's called the marked cliff. I have no. Is it? Oh, because it's like people were. That's marked by fingers or something. Yeah. Let's go. What is this? Off the road. So yeah, that is something. That is something right there. Let's see what that is. Looks like an anomaly from Stalker or something. You leave the road and walk across the desolate plain. As the sun climbs towards its zenith, the wind picks up. After a while of walking, you see something to break the monotony. Too tall and thin for a skewer of rock or a building. You cannot place it until you get close. It is a single tree, leafless and dead, tilting from the desolate soil. And with that, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sorcery. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.